Thanks to God, it's been an amazing week for us. And you know, as it's Saturday and it's 6 p.m., it's Girl Vibes time. So, yes, your lovely, ever beautiful Akufi Princess is now on your screens with Girl Vibes. So, make sure you go on Facebook at ETV Ghana. Get ready as we are going to celebrate journalists today. During the week was World Journalist Day. And so, today we've decided to celebrate beautiful, beautiful journalists on Girl Five. So on my set today, trust me, I have beautiful journalists today. I'll introduce them to you, so don't worry at all. We'll also bring you the beauty tips. Can get see a Donko Next Level Premium Energy Drink, ain't it no? And that Tamukuchu. I'm excited that we are celebrating journalists, and you know why. You know, you don't need to be told off. As usual, the name is Mr. B, a Kufi Princess. In try you know what yeah, but not Nkomocho. Yes, I should. Stay and stay with that. So we'll be back to Vibe. Yes, welcome back. You're watching Girl Vibes. In case you just tuned in, we also live on Facebook at ETV Ghana and the Paris House of Fashion. You know, they be a mom with style no. Style baby. Now we should chum come. And then so I said that has my favorite color, blue kakra. Was that to me? Thanks to Paris House of Fashion. They are located inside Kasua. More numbers, no. So before we wrap up, I'll let you get their numbers. And we are celebrating ladies in journalism. So I have with me beautiful ladies. I have Esinam Jemima, who happens to be working with Ghanaian Times. She is a journalist. In fact, she's a big lady in Casa when it comes to this job. And she's a friend to a friend of mine. Adam Chatterman, shout out to you. And I also have a student who has decided to learn journalism. And very soon she will also, you know, start to join Esinam. And so, yes, it's going to be a good vibe today on Girl Vibes. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So, Naki, I was sure that there is a blue, no, but blue, I'm doing deep kakasin. Anna.
I just wanted to blend in. I don't know.
And you're pretty.
Thank
You're
you.
pretty. I love your skin and, you know, that kind of thing.
Thank
So, we are going to vibe today.
you. Sure.
Okay. Jemima, I was a senior madam into the passion, and the bijam who cry made you make a beja yamam. We're for on the low. But nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Yeah, it looks like the vibe is already flowing since from the makeup room and getting to know that you're friend to a friend, Charlie.
Yeah.
You look nice. In your African print. I'm the day in Ayasha that day African beauty. And it's good.
Celebrating Ghana.
Exactly. And we are celebrating journalism.
Yes.
So, you know, it's okay to look at.
Yeah.
Share with us your journey. And even before that, one would say a journalist. Who is a journalist?
A journalist is basically someone who gathers information and then puts it in a way that the audience will understand. That is basically a journalist.
Okay.
A journalist.
Okay.
And to my journey into journalism. Long way.
Has it been a tough one? Or
It's
it
been
was
ups and down, sweet, bitter, but all the same, we are here. So I started from the sports department of Ghanaian Times.
okay. No wonder Aisha is your friend.
Yes.
Okay, I now get it. I now get it. Okay.
So I was with the sports for a number of years. Then my then deputy editor just decided to whisk me away to the newsroom. So I think from 2016 till date, I've been in the newsroom. And it's been fun.
It's been fun.
Yes.
So why the decision to be a journalist?
When I saw childhood fantasies, I
Okay.
saw Barbara Sam, Ebenezer Mpabing, those old timers
Yeah.
on GTV as at then. I'll tell my dad, Dad, I want to be
like them.
I want to be like them. So anytime Daddy brings newspaper, I just pick it up, stand in front of him or in front of the mirror and read.
Wow.
So growing up, my mind was that I'll be on TV. But when I entered school and then I was introduced to print journalism. I was like, wow, not knowing there's another aspect to journalism.
Of course.
So my internship at Ghanaian Times really brought out the journalism interest the more. Let me write and see whether I could.
Okay.
So I could, I can't, I can, and we've landed here. It's been good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
How many years now? I know you're a legend. She's a young lady, but it looks like you started this very early.
Yes, I started
At what age, if you don't mind?
23.
Around 23. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
around 23 years.
Okay.
So I started proper.
Okay.
Like when
After
I went
internship and
after
everything.
internship, national service, everything in 2012.
2012.
Yes.
Okay, so like 10 years.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then it's not wrong if I say you're a legend, because to
I'm
be in it for you are a young
I'm
legend.
still
Let me
learning.
say it that
We're
way.
still learning.
Yeah, we are learning. I know we are all learning. So, but for 10 years is a good thing, because to be a journalist in Ghana. I'll come back to you so we get to as to whether it's easy to be a journalist. Have you ever been beaten before? We will come to that. Let me
get
not
to
be
that.
in a rush. It looks like Nike is missing out since she is a student. Naki, why the decision to learn journalism?
Okay, so I think it was also a childhood fantasy.
Okay.
Looking at Gifty Auntie Read and News on GTV, people like Nanaba, they inspired me. And I'm also a talkative.
Okay.
And I love to read. I really love to read. And I love to do voiceovers. So
Okay.
my mom was like, since you like talking, then why don't you do journalism?
Okay.
And coming to GIJ2 has really shaped me. And I feel like being a journalist, we are the mouthpiece for the voiceless in society. And where I'm coming from, people don't really have the chance to talk about whatever that is bothering them. So if I am being trained to be a journalist, then I can help people like that and also be their voice. So that's what inspired me to be a journalist, a student journalist. Let me put it that way. Yeah.
Has it been easy?
It hasn't.
Or is it
It
tough
hasn't
learning?
been easy. Especially, I was even telling her that as a journalist, you don't have time for yourself.
Of course, never.
And interning with TV3 has really taught me a lot, because
great.
my first time, I was an assistant producer.
Okay.
And trust me, it wasn't easy.
Your production, this is
Waking up early, you have to be in the office by like 5:30 because there is morning show, after morning show, looking for resource person. And some people are so rude. But you have to take it. There's nothing you can do. And even sometimes trying to brainstorm and get story ideas, like try to be creative and all that, it's not easy. But I think what makes it easy and loving is you having the passion and then the skills and willing to learn and then also update yourself and try to go with the system and also be there for people. So basically that's what has kept me moving. Yeah.
Have you ever regretted taking the decision to learn this?
Oh, let
Have
me
you?
see.
Tell me the truth. I really want
Let me
to
be
know, so you
honest,
share.
yes. Yes. Because you know, sometimes when you go on assignments and even when you're trying to get people to talk,
Yeah.
especially when the issue is very sensitive, the way they come at you, if you don't take care, you'll be beaten.
They will slap you.
And I had an experience during 2020 election.
Okay.
Like, it was so bad. After the result was declared, we had to go to Osu to go and get the reaction from people and all that. And we nearly got stoned because one person felt like they cheated and his party didn't
During
win.
the counting?
Yes. And my colleague and I had to run for our lives. Like, it
What were
was
your
so
cameras?
no, we were just going to do Vox Pop to get their reaction.
Okay.
And they were coming to beat us. I was like, hey, it's one sign here.
Sure. I do want wonderful. I'll tell you mine anyway. Okay. And Jemima,
Hello.
have you ever? You get for 10 years, definitely. 10 years, you will get it. Have you ever written a story that, you know, was close to legal suit or something? Because I have experienced that.
Yes, I ended
It
up
was
in
so
the court.
close. You go. And tomorrow, it's here, now, go to damn then Shasi. In fact, if you're a journalist and you've never received what do you call it? An emails, threats, lawsuits, and whatsoever. It looks like, but is that it? It looks like that's how, you know, even when you tell somebody that you're a journalist, the first thing that comes in mind is, oh, what's one any court issue? Another any Amanda Silos, Abaya Samda. I'm like, okay, so any be another journalist, another Jemima,
Well,
10 years.
10 years.
You're my senior for some years. It's the outcome was answer.
Is it a court issue? Or
Yeah. Let's start from the court one before we come to the slaps.
the story that landed me in court? It was about a school.
Okay.
So, normal journalists are routine. I got to the office and I actually wanted to do a story. So I
Okay.
got to the office very early. I was there and then my boss said, no, Jemima, there's a story somewhere, go and then follow up. The people will come and pick you to the place.
Okay.
We got to the place and then it was about this school around Kanishi or Buwashi. They had a banter, the interim management committee chairman and then the past headmaster. So there was this banter. So Eddie, I said, what you report the truth. So what the interim committee chairman said,
Yeah.
I came to write it, and then he accused some people together with one MP.
Okay.
I found the number of the MP, called and then
To follow up.
to do a balanced story. So to me, I know I've done
Of course.
my job. I was there, and then my boss called me. You have a letter. So I looked at the letter. It was a suit.
Okay.
Like, so the other party, they were not happy that maybe I didn't contact them. And my reason for not contacting them was that they and then the MP seemed to be on the same side.
Okay.
And then the interim chairman was also on a different side. So getting the side of the MP,
Okay.
weighing the two, the MP has a higher voice. So I thought I was cool with that. And
He got angry and decided to go to the court.
to go to the court. So we were in court for about, I think, a year and a half, because they were not agreeing to the terms of. My scariest moment was the day the lawyer told me that we are going to stand in the docket. Yes.
That far?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was prepped and everything.
And first of all, let's take it from where you saw the letter. Being your first time, how was the feeling?
I panicked.
You will.
I had sleepless nights. I asked questions. Am I in the right profession? Did I make a mistake wanting to be a journalist? So many questions came to mind. But one thing had me going. My colleagues in the newsroom,
Okay.
they said you can go through this. It's nothing.
They encouraged you.
It's one of the hazards of the job. So you can do it. Whatever it is, just go. And I also had the support of my editors and my bosses. And so everything went on well. Actually, the day the judge would give the verdict, I didn't go to court.
So who represented?
I was scared.
Oh my God. So
I was
how did
scared.
it go, you know? at
It
the
went
end?
well. We won the case.
Oh, wow.
The case was thrown away
After being scared and all.
after being scared.
You see. But sometimes the fact that it draws to waste your time,
Yes.
you know, becomes, and the fear of it. My first time, it wasn't easy. Don't worry, before we end up the show, I'll share my experiences with you. But on that note, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we get to vibe right here. We are celebrating ladies in journalism today on Girl Vibes. We'll be back. Yes, welcome back. Thanks to Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. I want to be what's on here and I say, ma, yes, or your beauty tips, no, yes, the sum, intimate patcho, juma, na abre, na epan was in a ega na to Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. A boho can black now as a gold label, no, I try one Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. No, 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 home come on, I mean, you're just in patcho, etonaze, na epedodo need to, now on so atona. From one was 020 489 8698 or 059 2610 898. Let me take that one again. 059 2610 898. That's a Donko Nest Level Premium Energy Drink. Epedodo na itunato. And then chroma and mining in a 1 hour on pure water nas and bona or kaho eco matter a being a beato. Eco chrome baby answer. And today we are celebrating ladies in journalism, and I have with me two beautiful and intelligent ladies that are Korea student our journalism or Ghana Institute of Journalism, and I also have my colleague big sister. She has been in the journalism industry for like 10 years now, and I have been in almost 8 years, 7 getting to 8. So I started in 2015, and it's been, a bit rough, but in all, it's been a dream come true. So it's good. We'll get to the sweet part of Jemima, where she felt like in cancer salary no shum dama na in genesis Naki. Don't be jealous. Your time will come, man. The salary too, it will come. And so the challenges when they come, you need to welcome them. Jemima, so honestly, very fortunate when the shoot came, she won. Congratulations on that note. But so far, has that been the first and last? And I'll be a baby after that one.
The next one was I mostly cover chieftaincy issues with the Ghana.
Oh, okay.
So there was this one in Osu that I went
to cover.
And then all of a sudden, at the entrance, they did it in they call it something way. A way. Their clan house.
The war way.
The War Way, yes.
Oh, okay.
The War Way. So we were in the War Way, the house, and then all of a sudden we heard gunshots. We thought maybe it was a Asafwa Chemeng and things that were doing their display. No, it was another faction that had come. By the time we realized, boom, into the house, chaos everywhere. The program hadn't started. Then I was whisked away into a room where the one supposed to address the press was. And then we were there for some time hoping things will calm down.
Yeah.
But rather things were getting worse.
Like the TikTokers will say, worse.
Things were getting worse. So the man said, okay, if that's the case, let me just read my speech, take it, and then we'll know what next to do. So the man read his speech and then gave it to me. I didn't even have time to even talk to him or have any, because he was also under pressure. They came banging the door, opened the door, like the door should be opened. What is going on in there that the door has been locked? So this man quickly did everything, and then I was waiting for things to calm down. Then we go out. Because I could hear my other colleague journalists outside, but they were also in a different place. Then the man said, no, the way things are, let's use the back door. So I was whisked through the back door. I found myself in another street. I just have to find my way to the office.
Where you didn't know the streets and everything, but still?
Yeah, I didn't know the street, but I was asking around. So the one who whisked me out told the lady, she's a journalist. Find a way to get her out. So that was how I don't, whether it's an escape, to call it an escape or what. So later I called my colleagues to ask how they were doing. They said, oh, they are fine and everything. But they were also, the press conference didn't come on, but they were just giving the speeches.
And you had to go?
I had to go.
And you were okay? And you should try to be
maybe if I had gone out
through the other door,
probably, who knows. But my colleague says they were okay, though tempests were flying, but things were okay. And another one, but there was another one, but that one I don't think was. I was at a press conference at the press center where I think it was an NDC press conference or so. And then we were there, and then the police came for Coco and Idoho. I don't know whether you remember that story.
Yeah, I remember that story
So,
very well.
I was there, and then there was chaos at the entrance of the police headquarters. And I called my boss. I said, "Sir, are you sure I'm safe here?"
You were getting scared then?
He said, "Don't worry, nothing will happen to you." Why? I said, I'm outside the gate.
Okay.
He said, "Okay, if you are outside the gate,
Then you are safe.
Then you are okay." But I was scared because I saw this macho man and stuff
Around.
and then, but all the same, everything went okay, and then
And you're fine. Naki, when you hear such stories, do you get scared?
Yes, I do. I really, really get scared, and sometimes it discourages me. I ask myself, why do I even have to do this? I'm trying to help. I'm trying to be there for the society, and people keep coming at you. Sometimes you get threats and all that.
Of course.
Is it worth it? But then on the second thought, I'm like, there's no career without risk. So this is mine. I have to psych my mind and then also go with the flow. But then I have to make sure I follow the ethics of journalism and also try to have a balance whenever I'm reporting or wherever that I find myself. Yes.
Okay. So how ready are you to take all this? Especially the lawsuit. Now, what that means, my
I don't know. I think when I get there, I'll cross.
Oh, when you get there, you know what to do.
Yes.
Okay, so be ready for it. I mean, but Jemima, before I come back to you, Naki, is it like a tradition? Like, has it become a tradition or a norm that every journalist would definitely receive some threats or lawsuits or, you know, those kind of?
should I say it's not? I don't think it's a tradition, but it comes along with the job. It's the hazard, as she said. Every job has its own hazards. So once you decided to be a journalist or take on any other profession, just be ready for the good and the bad that comes with it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So how do you stand to face all this, you know, in terms of the lawsuits and all that? Like, how did you even sack yourself and still knowing, I mean, I'm still a journalist and they are going to come, you know?
As I said, you need to be prepared.
So you now have a tough skin.
It has toughened me.
Okay.
It has toughened me. So when I step out there, I know that anything can happen.
Of course.
When I'm doing my story, I am now very careful. Not that initially I wasn't careful, but there's this extra, what is it? Extra carefulness, if that's the word, in writing your stories.
Okay. From both angles.
From both angles. You make sure that, if not to satisfy all angles, at least you're reporting the truth.
Okay.
If it's the truth you are reporting, then you are confident to go. But if yourself you are writing or you're doing the story and you have doubts, you are not sure, let me do this, then that is where maybe you may have a challenge. But if you are sure of yourself that what I'm putting out there is the truth, come what may is the truth, that gives you your confidence to go.
That's good. Now let's come to the sweet side of it. Share with us your best moment, you know, being a journalist, that you feel, okay, so this is the time that now I feel, you know, I'm satisfied, or I feel I've picked up, you know, the best career for myself. Before you answer that one, let me even go to Naki. If she's in for the money, or it's because, you know, she loves it. Are you doing it for the money, or for the society, or for the love of the job?
Okay, so I don't know.
Or you're in for it all?
everything that comes with a job. But most especially for the less privileged in society.
Okay.
Yes, that's that's what motivated me, and that's what keeps me going. Sometimes I just want to stay in bed and sleep, but whenever I think of people who are not being heard in society, it gets me going. So most especially, though I love the money, everybody wants to look good and have enjoy life. The less privilege motivates me to keep going.
do more.
Yes.
That's good to know. Now, journalism is very competitive. And we have a lot and lot of journalists. There are a lot of TV stations now in Ghana and radio stations, papers and all that in Ghana. But, you know, I think the number of the population of people or students overweighs the number of TV, radio, or the media now in Ghana. And now you've taken it upon yourself to learn it. Are you not scared that after education or after going through the school, you are not going to get a place to practice?
Well,
Have you ever thought of that?
I have, but then one thing I know is, as a journalist, not even only as a journalist, wherever you find yourself, you have to be versatile, and also you have to keep upgrading yourself. Previously, we had only the print media and then television, but now we have new media. And I'm
Which is
sure
social media.
maybe by next year or like in the next 5 years, something new will come up. So for you to be able to keep yourself wherever you are, or to be able to stay relevant to the people you are serving, you have to keep updating yourself. So I'm not scared. Though I'm scared, I'm not scared. And I'm sure that wherever I find myself, if you're a fast learner, you'll be able to keep whatever that you are doing. And also you being good and also being very submissive to, submissive and, let me say, passionate about what you are doing will help you keep it. So I'm not scared. Yeah.
Not at all.
No.
And now, thanks to social media, it looks like our time is good, though, because with social media, there are a lot of even bloggers now, and some of even the traditional media people are now running to social media. Jamie, you being on the field for 10 years, do you think social media is affecting the traditional media?
Affecting the traditional media. I think it has come to give the traditional media a competition.
Okay. Is it healthy?
A healthy competition.
Oh, okay.
In a sense that the traditional, like the newspapers, people are saying newspapers are fading off. But I believe if the newspaper, the managers of the print media houses will also adopt the new media, it will also boost their readership and probably their patronage. So it has come to offer a competition and also a complementary role if they tap into it. But if the print media want to just stay where they are, definitely people will not hear of them, because today everybody, with the grasp of the mobile phone, you can get your news from any angle. So if the traditional media will also add the new media to their work, then it's a good goal. They will equally give those in the online session a run for their money. Because one, they've been there for long, they are trusted. They see them as credible.
Very true.
So if they add the social media to it, then they are good to go.
So they are now to turn into twin.
Yes.
To work together. Now let's come back to the sweet side. Tell us.
Sweet side.
Your best moment as a journalist. Is it for the money or was it something you did that you...
I'm always happy when at the end of the day I see my story in the newspaper. And then, you know, the fun aspect, when you get a call. Oh, I heard your name being mentioned. Are you the one? Let me tell you a funny story.
Tell me.
My first story with the Ghanaians, I was with my doing my internship days. I was in the office. My story had come and I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell him. That's me. I won't tell him. So I was there when my daddy called. I said, why is this old man calling me? He knows I'm at work. I picked the call. Then he started screaming on the phone. I said, Daddy, what is it? He said, yes, I had a call. I said, from who? He said, from his colleagues. he was then in Akimoda, but his colleague in Koforidua called him that had he gotten the papers today, he has seen a name, Jemima Esinam Kwachinu. Is he related
to the person?
He said, that's my daughter.
Daughter.
He said, go grab the newspaper. Open the sports section. My daddy said he didn't even know
The
when.
excitement.
So he called me and he was screaming on the phone.
Oh.
I said, wow. So my colleagues were like, why have you received a call and you are just quiet? And I said, it's my dad who called. Why? Is anybody there? I said, no one is there.
Oh.
He's happy to have seen my byline on the paper.
Wow.
And he said, that is it. So if you do a good story and
Exactly.
it comes out, everyone is happy. And it's satisfied. To me, well, the money also counts.
Yeah.
But at the end of, you know that the newspaper, it's always a competition for space.
Yeah.
So if you're lucky, do I use the word luck? If you're fortunate and your story is in the paper, then you get that satisfaction that, yes, because it had gone through hands.
Yeah.
And if it had gone through hands, and at the end of the day, it's in the paper. It's just, to me, that is satisfying. And also to know that maybe I'm addressing an issue.
Okay.
It has got to the public domain. It is being discussed. It's so sweet. So that is the satisfying moment and then the joyful moments for me. Yes.
And when the issue is solved,
Yes.
you know, that's more satisfying.
Yeah.
Okay. And the money, do you think journalists in Ghana are well paid?
This question. Are journalists in Ghana well paid?
Do you think? When you hear your friends' salaries, you know, your colleagues and
Well, it varies from media houses to
Okay.
media houses, depending on the financial capability of the media house. But I think media owners can also do more. They can do more.
they should or they can?
They should do more.
They should do
That's
more.
the word. They
Okay.
should do more in remunerating the journalists. Just looking at the risks and everything involved, they can do more. They should do more. Let me use the word should.
Okay.
Do more. Yeah.
Okay. Naki, have you ever heard of, you know, any salaries when it comes to journalist side? Not yet, eh? Because I know if you want a job, I mean, or you're just looking at the love side of it.
Oh no.
Okay. No
Yes.
research on the salaries yet.
Well, this issue is a little dicey for me because I'm not practicing. I'm just a student journalist. But then I think some journalists are really suffering.
Okay.
Yes. So as she said, they should do more or they can do better.
Okay.
Yes. So because of the risk and how they go all out to get us information, entertain us, and also keep us updated, whatever that is going on, and even sometimes to the extent of playing their role as watchdogs on our politicians, and also being the link between us and then our politicians. I think they should be rewarded. They should be highly rewarded. Let me put it that way. Yes, so that's all I can say.
Think I'll buy a bank at least at the end of the year, bank crunch and I get party now on baby my journalist.
Yes, because you know, as a journalist, you don't have a social life.
Of course.
Sometimes you work from Monday to Monday.
Jemima, I'll come back to you. So you share your daily routine with us right after this one.
You work from Monday to Monday, and you know your friends and families will feel like obey journalist there. Say over TV, so over radio, so but then that's not the point. You're trying to get them the news. You're trying to be there for them, but they don't see it that way. So as time goes on, along the line, you tend to lose some of your friends, some relationships. So if government is going to compensate us by throwing a big
End of
party,
year party,
giving us huge sum of money,
some white envelopes, yeah, and kind of brown.
no,
Just white,
something
crazy.
little to buy water.
Yeah,
Yes, so.
And so I buy a patch of I mean, every year we celebrate journalists every year. In Tinka Abia, that time of the year in the crowd in October, November, no, a celebrating journalist. Coming to a journalist, you know, are we being well protected And
We-
now
we-
each man for himself.
It shouldn't be each man for himself. It shouldn't be each one for himself. As a journalist, knowing the situation we find ourselves
Yeah.
in, I believe we also going out there should be very careful, should be mindful. Though we want to bring out the news, I think our lives are also important.
Yeah.
So the utmost priority of a journalist, at least you should take care of yourself. Make sure that where you are okay.
Okay.
Yes. Before I'll say the government or the security agencies will also come in. As a journalist, our lives matters. And your life should also be, though you want to bring, as I said earlier, though you want to bring out the news, your life is equally important because you are there for your family, for the society, and for everybody. So I don't think your family will want to lose you. So you should also take care of yourself. Then we can then throw it to the government or the security agency to ensure that we are protected. Yes. And if there is any banter between a journalist or anybody, it should be solved well. It should be looked into and properly solved. So that at least each parties will be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's nice. So when we come back from this break, Jemima is going to share with us her daily routine. Stick. We'll be back. Okay, welcome back. So this year, on the 2nd of December, there is an event which I love. In fact, it used to be in September every year, but this time, no, it's actually 2nd of September. And it's the African Legends Night. Yes, the night that we celebrate legends. So on the 2nd of December this year, we are celebrating legends. And this time we have my favorite girl, Efia. Oh, this year's in Pacho. And baby, and my favorite uncle, Uncle Rex. Rex Omar is going to be in the building. Amachi Dede, Samini, and the surprise is going to be the eyes on the cake. So please make sure on the 2nd of December, you get to be at the Grand Arena to celebrate African Legends Night with us. And it's by GMA, yes, our own. In fact, Happy FM, ETV, YFM, the entire GMA team. And this time we are all going to be there. And Kufi Princess, I'm going to be there. So grab your ticket, be fast about it, and make sure you get your tickets. In Pacha, it's today, Mia, Yampe, America, Hakoto, just use the short code *713 *33 *40 # to grab your ticket. Or you can even call this number 020-2222-095 and tell them you need a ticket for African Legends Night. And this time is just 300 Ghana cedis for single and 500 Ghana cedis for couple. Until Kamango Tia, call your baby or your boo and let her know the 2nd of December is African Legends Night time. Until to Ghanaian or African authentic. This year is full of Ghanaian, so you get to dance to Ghanaian authentic music, not move snake akra. And Jemima Mpacho, you're not due ticket because this year I'm going to be there. Na yensa kakra, Naki, get your ticket. Obey Anka, you Jemima won't pay 500, and you dodge 100 citizens. Now why do more tickets and we get to have fun together. In fact, if the first time we get to be together as friends, Anna, we can be friends, eh? We can be friends.
We're actually friends.
Okay. Oh, nice. So we get to be friends officially on that day, which is the 2nd of December. And in Patrick, make sure they also Ababi. Jemima, before the break, now me say, break it down. What daily routine to us as a journalist? Na in fact, obi ofie na say no so as a student like Naki, now there. This is the kind of job or the field you want to be on. Knowing how the day is going to be.
So the daily routine of a journalist, with my perspective. So before the day ends, you should know if you are on schedule or not. So if you're on schedule, that means you have to prepare yourself for the next day. The program you are going to, if possible, make a research into the program you're going to do, just to be conversant with what you are going in for the next day. If not, then you have to bring on your thinking cap and your journalistic skills, and get stories done on your own stories, and then you write or you make up the news from your story. So you can book an interview, you can schedule an interview, or you can go do your rounds, nose around for stories. But before the day comes, you should know if I'm on board or not. If not, then you have to start preparing. Where do I go to fish for news?
Okay.
And then you are good to, you come back, you make sure your stories are well written, because if it's not well written, bet you me, your superiors will not let you be. So make sure your stories are well written, and then you are good to go. Then you prepare yourself for the next day. You don't relax. Prepare yourself for the next day. Then that is it.
On that note, let's come to our marriage life, especially the ladies. Is it difficult being a lady in journalism?
Wow. It's difficult and it's not difficult.
Okay.
It's difficult only if you have not planned.
Okay.
And you've not prepared yourself for the day. Then that is difficult. But if you've planned yourself, I'm not married.
Okay.
So I would say maybe I don't have the task of taking care of
Kids and
kids.
all.
But I have experience. I had my niece staying with me for some time. It wasn't easy.
Okay.
Preparing her for school in the morning. Well, you know, children's mood swings at times. But you have to psych yourself up. Make sure she's ready to go to school by 6:30, or then you can be free. But what if you have an early morning assignment?
Yeah.
I remember one day I had early morning assignment. I think I should be at the venue around 5 a.m. How do I prepare my niece for that? So I need to get a backup. So I just called my cousins to come and take over. So she didn't spend the night with me. She spent the night at my cousin's place. And then that was a bit of a relief for me.
Okay.
So as a lady, as I said, you need to prepare yourself. It was said that it's a man's field. Journalism was a man's field. But now I think there are more females in the journalism now. And we have braced and we have proven ourselves that we can do it. So we can do it. It's only you just need to plan as I said, plan everything, put things in place. Then you are cool to go.
Okay. Naki, I don't know say obi reba wan na say benyi no ne girlfriend another in fact for pedo ko trimp na po na say oba na ejuma oye na bet do oye journalist and say journalist na ekwa akwa na mo nkrofo na ware ho no pa won pro fie won ya adagere po enti man ware journalist eti bia eti pa
but I think being in say you plan your day very well.
Okay.
And if you get a partner who is understanding, you are good to go. Because if you have someone who doesn't understand the kind of
Your
job
job.
you are doing and all that, there will always be misunderstanding. But if the person understands you, you sit down, you don't plan your day alone. So, like she said, if you have an early morning assignment, you know how to go about it because you know you have someone there who can take care of you, can take care of it for you when you are not around. Yes, and also even after work. And sometimes there are impromptu assignments. If there is a breaking news and you have to be there, you know you have someone there. But if the person is not understanding, trust me, like it's going to be difficult.
Like hell for you.
And you know, we ladies sometimes we take our pressure and frustration to the office. You will end up losing your job if you don't take care. So I think the men too should understand us and we'll be a great team.
Yeah, but we are sweet people too, Anna. Imagine being home watching your wife, on TV or listening to her on radio. But before I even started this job, I used to think that, okay, journalists are even same with relationships and all that, because my husband will know where I am at, a point in time. He's just watching me and knows my wife is here. Or, and when it comes to the papers, that pride in that reading, a story, and this was written by my wife. Hello, please don't leave us. We are sweet to be with. And in celebrating ladies in journalism, if you know any beautiful lady, any sweet lady, in fact, every journalist who happens to be a lady is beautiful and sweet. So make sure you write their names and the comment on ETV Ghana to celebrate them. So on that note, let me celebrate my producer, Rashida. I love you, okay? Thanks for your sacrifices, your time, everything. And my intern, who is now learning on the job, Rashida, she's very respectful, and I love her. And her kind of enthuse around the job. Oh, I love you, Reggie. And to every journalist who happens to be a lady friend of mine, Efia Papa B, Abba Guy, all of you, I celebrate you, okay? And I love the fact that you've chosen this career and you've sacrificed for it, and you're all doing well. I love you so much. And to myself, please, it hasn't been easy, but I remember election year 2016. Asalam down here. Okay. So it is one of those things. But before I go, remember the Ghana FinTech Awards has opened for nominations. So to file for nominations, make sure you visit www.ghanafintech.awards.com and to enter your nominations in each award category. And let Hannah, our FinTech giant, come in very soon. So the nominations are hoping since it's going to end, or the deadline for nominations actually is on the 16th of November. This month, 2022. On that note, I want to say I love you so much. Yankopon kan ho na wonso eya na ahwe afie aye ho ahwe yi. Na maka mezewie na mema na kin so wakane final words na Jemima is in the final words that's what.
Okay, so my final words to my fellow student journalists.
Yes.
Have passion for the job and always make sure you upgrade yourself.
Of course.
Also read wide. Yes, and be practicing because one thing I've learned being an intern is practice makes you perfect.
Yes.
And sometimes the bashes we get from our superiors, we shouldn't take it personal. They are just trying to put us on the right path, especially when they notice that you have the potential and you can do better. Also, don't be too comfortable wherever you find yourself.
Yes. If we're in a comfortable place, please move on. You don't have to be comfortable. Chima, your final words.
Well, I'll say kudos to all women in journalism. If I'm to give a shout out, I won't leave here.
Yeah.
But all my colleagues, I said, well done. There is more to be done, so let's brace ourselves for it. And let not anything kill the vibe.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for coming. And once again, let me say congratulations to all of us. And it will be tougher, but we need to build up the skin. And thank you for watching. Have a good night.